So I guess right now I have a rant. I want to rant about, again, about mental illness in this country. Um, First of all, the medicines are very expensive. So if you some people who are bipolar get injections. Those injections are $2,000. And guess what? Most insurance does not cover it. So then who can get it? The rich. Um, Also people who have problems with drugs or alcohol and they want to get those um it's medicine that helps you not to drink or helps you not to do drugs. That costs $1,700. So what are people supposed to do when everything is so expensive and it seems that the country and people don't really care about people who are mentally ill? Even this thing with Kanye right now and him and saying the anti-Semitic things. If you remember, Mel Gibson did the same thing. Mel Gibson is bipolar as well. So people who are bipolar say all kinds of things. And apparently, Kanye is unmedicated. Mel may be medicated by now, but apparently he wasn't medicated then. So this is a part of what happens. And I think people need to get better educated about it. I mean, people are educated about diabetes and heart disease and all that kind of stuff, but they're not educated about mental illness and how it plays out and what happens and how people act and all of that. And there's so much stigma towards it. I know a person who has a mental illness and he has written all kinds of stuff on Facebook, whatever, and people ostracize him for it. They, even though they know he has a mental illness, they don't want to invite him anywhere. They don't want to, family members. And I'm like, dude, he has a mental illness. Do you know what a mental illness is? It's a brain disorder that he didn't ask to have when he came here. I have depression, anxiety, and ADHD. So I have mine are more functional, but some people have some that aren't so functional. And it's not fun for them. It's not a fun time for them. And they are not necessarily trying to do those things that they are doing. Um, and if they don't have someone to advocate for them or make sure they have medicine, make sure they're going to the doctor, make sure they're, all these things, most of them cannot cope and they can't make it. So, you know, it's really a shame the way this country does the mentally ill and are not like on top of it, are not trying to give, make sure, help them to be well, basically helping people to be well and not charging them a lot of money. Even with Obamacare and all that, still a lot of the pharmacists, not pharmacists, but a lot of the pharmaceutical companies or the insurance companies will not pay for those drugs. So what's the point is my question. Um, if you know or you have somebody in your family that's mentally ill, I would suggest going to NAMI, which is the National Association of Mental Ill. They have meetings for caregivers, and they have meetings for also people who are mentally ill there. That's where I would start. I would start there. They have some really great meetings so that when you go, if you're a caregiver, you can understand that you're not alone and that what your loved one does is a part of mental illness. It's not just that he or she is being like, oh, obstinate or crazy or whatever, but they have a disease. And it's comforting to hear the other people, talk about, well, he did this or she did this or whatever, and they help you to figure out what can you do. So I just think we need to do better in this country. I think we need to um, also love the mentally ill, have compassion for the mentally ill. They need love too. They need understanding. And that's what I have to say about that. Like, share, and subscribe. Hold on.